All right, I really hope you're ready to take your time and apply your thinking. This lesson is not going to be easy if you like just kind of clicking through and thinking, and you're not like actively thinking about how you can really think of how you can approach these types of problems using what you know about angles and angle relationships. I am ready to start working. So the first example I already have set up on the whiteboard. Basically, here's what it says. We need to find the value of x. Now we can use our understanding of angle and angle relationships to do that. And here's how. I have this angle that looks like 3x plus 20 degrees. And I have this other angle, which is 6x plus 25 degrees. Now, what algebra tells me is I don't know what the value of x is, but I do know if I take these two separate expressions and add them together, they should total 180 degrees. Here's how I know they should total 180 degrees. No matter what the value of this number sentence is, or the value of this one is, when we add them together, they're both going to be on this straight line. They're both going to be on this straight angle, which means that these two number sentences, 3x plus 20 and 6x plus 25, these two put together have to have a sum of 180 degrees. So one way that I can do that is by saying 3x plus 20 plus 6x plus 25 equals 180. Now, I have a lot of terms, but I can simplify this sum by combining like terms. I see I have 9x and I have 3x. And then I have positive 20 and positive 25, which means I can combine like terms here. If I'm still thinking about how to do this, in the way that I know. 3x plus 6x is 9x, and I'm adding that to 20 plus 25, which is 45, and that's still going to be equal to 180. So I just combined my terms, brought them down, and now I am going to eliminate my constant. My constant is 45. The whole goal of this is I need to figure out what the value of x is, which means I have to use the inverse operations to get this by itself, to get x by itself. So where it says plus 45, I'm going to subtract 45 on both sides. This means I have 9x is equal to 180 minus 45. I know that 180 minus 40 is 140. So 180 minus 45 is 135. Something about that doesn't seem right. Nope, that's it. Now I have 9x equals 135. That means I'm going to have to divide by 9 on both sides of my equal sign so that I can get a value for x. X is equal to 135 divided by 9. And the answer to that is 15. So the value of x is 15. Go ahead and put that inside of your short answer response. Pause this video if you need to, rewind this video if you need to. I am about to pause my screen, clear it, and get it ready for the next one. So get ready for that. Okay, so here we are, example 2, and it says the following. If the measure of angle 1 is equal to 4x plus 20, and the measure of angle 2 is equal to 2x plus 20, find the value of x. The first thing I'm going to do, the first thing that you should do, and that everyone should do, is start off by doing a sketch of this, doing it on your own, and making sense of what it is you have to see. So, okay, so angle 1 is equal to 4x minus 20. And angle 4 is equal to 2x plus 20. So before I calculate anything, I'm just getting the information in there. And then I'm going to ask myself some very important questions about the relationships of what I do have. Okay, so I have angle 1 and I have angle 4, and I'm being told to find the value of x. The first thing that I noticed about angle 1 and 4 is that they're vertical angles because they're on like the opposite side These are two angles that are formed from two straight lines intersecting, which means that these two angles are equivalent to one another. What that tells me is that angle 1 is equal to angle 4. So if we plug in what we know for angle 1 and angle 4, we should be able to solve this. And we should be able to solve for x. I know that 4x minus 20 is equal to 2x plus 20. Now, this is going to be interesting because we have to get the variable by itself, which means at some point, one of these two are going to have to be brought over to the other side. That's actually going to be the first thing that I'm going to do because that's just what makes the most sense in terms of me getting the variable on its own on one side. So I'm going to subtract 2x from this side. I'm going to subtract 2x from both sides, I should say, from the equal sign. And this is like a version of combining like terms. 4x minus 2x is 2x. So now I have 2x minus 20 equals 20. 2x minus 20 equals 20. Now I can go about solving this as I normally would any other two-step equation problem. I'm going to first start off by getting x by itself by doing the opposite of minus 20, which is plus 20 on both sides of the equal sign. Negative 20 plus 20 is 0. So now I'm left with 2x equals 20 plus 20, which is 40. And then I divide by 2. Divide by 2 on both sides of the equal sign to get x by itself. Let me see if I can get this. There we go. Get down there, little fella. All right, so now we have 2x divided by 2, which is just x, and it's equal to 40 divided by 2, which is 20. So now the value for x is 20. Notice how we were able to do all of these steps and kind of put them together that way. But the first step is getting this out on a piece of paper, making a note of the relationship between two angles, and then using that to solve the next steps. I am excited to see what you guys are going to be, like the work that you're going to be showing and the work that you're going to be doing for the practice problems, for the challenge set, and for the exit ticket. Don't give up. I'm giving extra credit points for anybody that can score over 50% for the points because this is such a challenging thing. It's also a really good example, a really good opportunity to get some extra credit points to keep boosting that grade up. So make sure that you're graduating not graduating, but you're getting out of 7th grade with an A+ in math. It's super easy to do right now, especially with the quarantine and this only being able to help boost your grade. It's also just a good way for your teachers to be able to say that you're getting in a lot of work and you're being very mature and responsible, which is going to be huge when you're needing those scholarship recommendation letters, which is going to be huge when you're needing those high school recommendation letters. Your teacher's going to talk about how responsible you were with your time and with your efforts during the quarantine and how seriously you took your education, even though we weren't meeting in school. So be that person so that you are putting yourself in the best position to win in life. Cool? Cool?